Hey guys, and welcome to our DIY budget camper build series. As we are currently on lockdown in Spain, we wanted to put together a mini series on our DIY budget camper build. This video has been requested quite a bit lately, with a lot of people at home on lockdown and who have decided to convert their own vans.
Unfortunately, we only started filming after we built the van, so we don't have a lot of video footage. We do have photos and some small video clips which will help to show you our story. So stay tuned to find out how we converted our van into a camper van on a budget, step by step.
In this episode, we're going to show you how we built our kitchen unit, which includes our water system, our sink, our tap, and our shelves. We'll also show you our custom built unit in which we store our fridge. So, as you can see here, this is our complete kitchen unit. We are so happy with it. It turned out very well, it's very sturdy, and it does the job great. So, how we built this unit? Very simple. We used some 50 by 35mm wooden battens. We sectioned off 3 areas, one for the gas, one for the water, and one for some kitchen shelves. We had plenty of space to screw these down to the floor, and it's solid. It does not move. All we use is screw and wood glue. So next, we took this frame into the van to make sure it fits. We had to make sure that the height was perfect and that it was just going to fit in that area. As you can see, yes it did. If you notice on the left hand side, we have a hole here. This is actually for our external refillable LPG gas area. We will get into that a little further on in another episode. So once we knew it fits, great. We began sectioning off all the inside sections with some plywood. We used 6mm ply just to make sure that anything from the kitchen area doesn't fall into the water system. We also built up the side with some 9mm plywood here, which you can see, which sections off the kitchen unit from the cab. Behind that particular area is the driver's seat. And we also use this area to put in some more screws and shelves. So we wanted to make sure our 2-ring gas hob burner fits. And as you can see, yes it does. Once we knew it fit, we put in an extra batten to keep this in place. And voila! Here is the finished carcass before we begin decorating. You can see on the left hand side that there is a gap here. That's for the gas ring hob burner. And below this we built an extra shelf for all those bits and bobs that you find throughout the van. And below this shelf is our sealed gas locker. We will go into this in further detail in another episode. In the middle you can see our sink bowl, and our worktop is 18mm plywood. We really wanted, a more solid worktop that you see in all these beautiful vans, but it just was not working out very cheap for us. So we said, let's try 18mm ply, and we are so glad we did. We finished it off with a great finish, which we'll show you later on. So the 18mm ply was so much cheaper and works great. We found that this worktop is perfect for our DIY budget camper van build. On the right hand side, you can see our little shelving units for our kitchen utensils and pots and pans. Don't forget peanut butter. If you're liking this video so far, guys, please like it, share the video and subscribe to our channel. It doesn't cost a thing, but it really helps us out. So please, please, please subscribe. Thanks guys, back to the build. So now onto our sink. We are very proud of this, and it's another DIY budget find. We looked into the price of some camper van sinks and they are big monies. And we'd seen some videos of people making more cheaper versions, and this is exactly what we did. We got a €4 mixing bowl from IKEA. We drilled some holes into the edge because we're going to screw this into our 18mm plywood worktop. So we used a drill bit just to make some pilot holes, and it was perfect. As you can see, for the hole in the center of the bowl, we used a jigsaw to cut out the hole, and then we simply placed a pop-up waste into this hole and sealed it with some Sikaflex. We've had no leaks so far, so we are really delighted with this. Here you can see the finished result with our little pop-up waste, and I must say we are very proud of this. I think the waste cost about €8 and the bowl was €4, so €12 in total for the sink. Great for the budget. So with our sink, we have another DIY budget find, our beautiful pump tap. Now, this pump tap is great for saving water. There are other taps out there that are on a pump, but they use so much water, which is great. If you have the storage for a lot of water, go for it. However, we only have 25 litres of water, so it's perfect for us. It also works on a pump action. So as you pump up and down, a small amount of water is released. So yeah, it's simple and effective. Another reason why we picked this hand pump tap is because if there is a fault, or if it breaks down, or there's an electrical fault, it's so easy to fix. We simply just buy a new tap, fix it onto the hose, and that's it. Doesn't the sink and our gas hob look great together? And another close-up of our very proud sink. You can see here we use Sikaflex again to seal around the edges of the sink into the worktop. This is to prevent any leaks if the water happens to go over the edge of the bowl, and it's done the job. No leaks so far. Again, we are so happy with the result. And as you can see here, we varnished our 18mm plywood worktop just to keep it protected. So onto our water system. We have two 25-litre tanks. One is for the grey waste and one is for the fresh water. We have a piece of hose that we picked up from Woody's, very cheap, and this hose goes into the clean water tank. When it's connected to our pump tap, as you pump, it lifts the water up from the tank into our tap. Then for the grey waste, which you can't see here because unfortunately we don't have a photo, but we have a flexible hose on the waste. This flexible hose allows the water from the sink to go down into the grey waste. The grey waste is on the left hand side, and that is for the dirty water. One thing to note, guys, with the flexible hose for your waste tap, make sure there's always a U-shaped bend in this. If you do not have this bend, all the smells from your dirty water will come back up the tap into the van. We have experienced this. We thought we had enough of a bend, but it turns out we didn't. And now we are sorted. There's no more smells. So make sure you keep a good sharp U-shaped bend. So once we finished the kitchen unit, we moved on to the window ledges. We decided to put our tongue and groove cladding around the edges and finished it off with some wooden profiles. It really makes it look so neat and tidy. This is the view from the side. So now onto the exciting part. We decorated this kitchen unit. You will see on the left hand side on the 9mm ply, we used some stick-on tiles. We bought a roll of this in Woody's, I think it was about €8 or €9, and it just sticks on like wallpaper, adhesive back, and it was great. We absolutely loved the design and it really goes with the rest of our kitchen. With our worktop, we also bought from Woody's DC Fix heat resistant, water resistant foil covering. This is so easy to install, guys. It really didn't take long and it's perfect for cutting around our gas hob and our sink. This is what it looks like and we are so happy with the result. We had so much left over of that roll covering, so we actually used it on the blind for the kitchen, which you will see here in the photo. Keep it all matching. Now moving on to our fridge. We love our fridge. Originally we had a cool box in the van, but we decided to make the upgrade to a real fridge and we are so happy about it. So what we did is we sectioned off an area between the kitchen unit and the bed. It's perfect shape for the fridge, and we also made an extra shelf above it which we use all the time. We use L-shaped brackets to hold 9mm ply up above the fridge, and we finished the edge off with some tongue and groove cladding. You will see on the right hand side of this photo the little hole where our electrical cables run from the fridge over to the other side of our van to our batteries. What we did here is we ran the cable and we used little clips and clipped it along underneath the floor below the bed. It keeps it tucked away, and anytime I'm getting at the storage underneath the van, we don't knock into it or anything, it's just tucked up away. So that's the finished result of the fridge and the shelf above it. And what do we do with this empty bare plywood? We decorate it again. We use the marble covering again for the top of the shelf, and we ran the adhesive tile stickers up along the side. We really think this makes the kitchen so bright and we just love it. Wow, look at this photo. We love it, guys, and we're so proud. It just turned out so much better than we expected and so cheap. So just to talk a little bit more about our fridge, guys, it's a Vitrafrigo 12 volt fridge. We bought it from Cozy Campers in Dublin, and it's not that cheap. It was €600, but it was well worth the investment. We did, as I said originally, had a cool box and we just weren't happy with this, so we decided to make that upgrade. As you will see here in the photo, just for some size comparison, Dean, the day we bought our fridge, very happy. The fridge has plenty of space. For such a small fridge, we fit loads in here. And not only do we have the space, we have an ice compartment. So now we have ice on the road. It's fantastic. Well worth the investment. Now that we've been living in the van a few months, and especially coming over to Spain where it's so much more warmer, we will definitely be buying a fridge if we have any other vans further down the road. So that concludes this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share the video and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for next week's episode where we will be covering our gas installation. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye! Doesn't this thing? Above the bed. Not above the bed. Below the bed.